Welcome back. Everything seems to be running smoothly. Well, as smooth as it's gonna get. Welcome if this is your first time being here. My name's Taylor. This is gonna be a History and Mythos channel, for you if you don't know. Right now I'm gonna go on the myths of Mercury. There's not really much I could actually find. I did about an hour to 2 hours of research. And yeah, sadly to say I was not able to find a lot. I only have one page of actual information. Now, don't quote me on any of this. I'm going to say that right now. I got this I got as much information as I could. I did go to many websites to actually fact check this stuff. I can only find one thing that was actually under Mercury. If you don't know, Mercury is the Roman equivalent of Apollo. No, not Apollo, sorry. Of, my mind's going blank now. Of Hermes. He's the Roman equivalent of Hermes. So today, like I said, I'm talking about Mercury, or in Latin, he was known as Mercurius. He is the Roman god of shopkeepers, merchants, travelers, and transporter of goods. He was also the god of thieves and tricksters. Like I said, the Greek god he's based off of is Hermes. He's the fleet-footed messenger of the gods, as the internet quotes it. Again, the information I got is all online. I can only find actual one story, and from reading it, it's not exactly correct. So I'm quoting what the story has said. I will put my 2 cents into it afterwards. I will mention who the author is and which website I got it from. But, going over his family, he is the child of... No, sorry if I botched this. Maya, one of the 7 daughters of Atlas. Atlas is the titan that holds up the universe, or world, depending on which website you go to or what you're searching for. So he's the son of Mia, one of the daughters of Atlas, and Jupiter, or Zeus, if you want to go on the Greek side of things. Zeus, or Jupiter, the god of the skies and thunder. He's the king of the gods. Some of the siblings of Mercury are Mars, or Mars, the god of war, Venus, Apollo, Diana, Bacchus, Vulcan, Penelope, and Bellona. I'm not too into the Roman side of things. I'm more into the Greek, so if I knew who these people were for the Greek side, which I'm going to do research later on, but again, this is one I do know of. Mercury I do know more of, and Mars, but I don't really know Venus. Vulcan I know is Hephaestus. Apollo doesn't change names, but yeah. His children, from what I could find, he only has 2 children. His Roman side only has 2 children. That's Laris and Faunus. Faunus, I know, is the Roman adaptation of Pan, the god of the wild. Excuse me. But again, don't quote me on any of this. I'm doing this for fun, but it is something that I would want to do. And again, I'll show you my actual script after, but I'm just going off what I have here. So the one story I could actually find is basically Mercury stealing Apollo's. In this one it's quote as oxen, when in reality it was Apollo's sacred cattle, not oxen. Some people will say oxen is cattle. Cattle is typically cows. So oxen is close, but it is incorrect in this sense. So the story I could find is Mercury as a small child, although a talented child, because he built the lyre out of a tortoise shell. One night he slipped away from his mother and spied on Apollo's oxen, as this puts, grazing in a field. He stole them. After eating 2 of them, Mercury returned to his mother. Upon finding his oxen missing and seeing how 2 of them had been eaten, from my understanding, Apollo didn't realize 2 of them were eaten. He just noticed they were missing, and he followed the footsteps. Sorry. After eating 2 of them, Mercury returned to his mother. Upon finding his oxen missing and seeing how 2 of them had been eaten, Apollo realized who was the culprit and took the infant to Mount Olympus, where he was found guilty. At first, Apollo didn't actually take Mercury to Mount Olympus. He confronted Mercury's mother, who tried to cover up the fact that Mercury stole the cattle because he was just an infant at the time. But again, I'm going off the script, so he took him to Mount Olympus, where he was found guilty. Mercury was forced to return the oxen, and he was given his lyre to Apollo to replace the missing oxen. That again is incorrect. It was an offering to Apollo to appease for the fact that 2 were missing. But he wasn't forced to give the lyre to Apollo. It was an offering. I found this story at www.ancient.eu/Mercury_deity// The author of this story was Donald L. Wasson, Wasson. Like I said, I was not really able to find much on Mercury. This is actually one of the only stories I found where he was classified as Mercury. Person should have fact-checked it. The only reason I really know this is I've done a little more research in the fact of who Hermes was. And when I spoke with a friend who his family was Roman, they believed in the Roman gods and all that, he told me that there really was no difference between the Greek and the Roman story, besides the fact of the name. So this is partially incorrect, not completely. Again, it wasn't oxen, it was cattle, so cows. He was not forced to give the lyre back. So, yeah, there was those issues. The one thing I did miss that I found out later on, and I really didn't want to adjust the script because it was something simple. Mercury was also assigned to help people go to the afterlife. He had to help people go there. And so he really wasn't a bad person in that sense, whereas some people seem more as malicious. He was definitely the god of thieves. I can't say definitely, I don't believe in that type of stuff, but he was classified as the god of thieves. He was a thief himself, but again, when looking up stories, I couldn't find much. Typically with Mercury, the stories of Hermes are pretty much the exact same. Just I physically could not find any. This is only one I could find. Every other one was classifying him as Hermes. So that's going to be it for this video. Again, don't quote me on anything I said. This is just a fun video. Also, if you did watch my last video, you're going to notice I'm wearing the exact same clothes. Again, this is only a couple hours after. So, I tried my best to find what I could. It's more or less there was not much information I could find. I'll grab you my script and I'll show you what I could find. It's not even a full page long, so give me 1 second. So, like I said, it really is not long. I actually extended it, and I didn't extend it, I made the script bigger so I can actually see, because again, I don't have my glasses. But again, I tried fact checking as much as possible. This is just the best I could find. Again, don't quote me. I know I'm probably going to be wrong about a couple things in the sense of what I wrote down. This is what I could find about Mercury. This is what I was suggested to write about. I did research. Just the research might not be completely correct. So there is that. Again, I will keep posting, but I think that's it for today. I'll get a script for tomorrow, which I will probably do a Norse or Greek-based god tomorrow, or I might just do history-based, so history of Rome or something. I don't know. I'll find out. But thanks for watching. Have a good day. Please like and subscribe, and hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.